Welcome back to Gymnastics with Rosanna. Today I'm here to talk to you about spins or turns. This is a move we use a lot in gymnastics. They're part of floor routines as well as beam routines. So I'm going to be giving you some tips and tricks on some things you can work on to get these right. I'm wearing socks today because I'm doing this on my carpet. Just be careful if you do the same, as it does make the floor very, very slippery. So the first thing is to decide whether you want to spin on your right leg or your left leg. A lot of people will find that they will spin on the same leg that they write with or do their cartwheels on, but it's not always the case. Have a go at both ways and see which is the one that you prefer. So once you've decided which leg you're going to spin on, you'll need to practice your starting position. So you'll want the leg that you're going to spin on out in front with a pointed foot. The same arm will be bent, and then the other arm goes out to the side. So from here, some people will step straight onto their toe. Other people will go into a lunge and spin from this position. This is going to be preference for you and what works best. I prefer to do it from here, but that is not the same for everyone. Once you've got your starting position, you'll need to decide what you do with your arms. This can depend on what your coach's preferences are or what your preferences are for how you spin. I personally, from here, when I do my spin, bring my other arm in. Some people want to go out and up, and some others may go down to their side. Have a go at all of them, see what works best for you, and try them all. So once you've decided what you're going to do with your arms, we need to talk about your feet. So whether you start from this lunge position or from the pointed toe, you need to end up on this releve here. So for our releve, we want to make sure we are up on our foot and we are getting our ankle right over our toe. This is important because if we're sort of down here and our foot isn't all the way up, we're not as balanced, and it's better if you can get your weight all the way over that toe. While you're doing this, you don't want to be looking down at your foot. This will create a very hard shape to balance in. You want to be pulling tall, as if you've got something pulling out of the top of your head and lifting you up. That's the easiest way to get all your weight over your toe for your spin, and to try and get on the highest releve here possible, so we're pulling up. If you haven't already, check out my ankle conditioning strength video. That gives you lots of different tips and tricks on how to strengthen your ankles, which will as well help with your turns. So once you've practiced your releve and getting up onto your releve, the next thing to do is to practice your spin shape without the actual turn. So you'll start in your starting position, you'll pull tool, hold, and then step forward at the end. When you do this, you want to try and make sure that your toe on the other leg that was either you stood on or behind comes all the way up to your toe with a nice high knee. So make sure you practice that. So from your starting position, step, hold, step forward. The step forward at the end is important because that's how we will want to end our spins when we actually turn them. And if you want to start from the lunge position again, you start in your lunge, pull tool, and then step forward. So once you've practiced that a bunch of times, it's now time to start thinking about the spin itself. So something that will really help you with spins is something called spotting. So this is something we do in dance as well as gymnastics, where you find a place to look at when you are doing your spin, and then you try and look at it for as long as possible when you start to turn, and then come to find it. So in slow motion, what this would be, I found my spot on the wall. As I start to turn, I keep looking for it, and when I can't turn anymore, my head comes around quickly, looking straight back for it. It may be worth practicing this as well, so you get used to looking for that spot and turning your head quickly. So you can do it like I just did. Just don't actually try and spin on one foot, Just turn your body around on both feet, looking for that spot each time that you come back around. So now you're comfortable with your spotting as well, we're going to have a go at some half turns and half spins. So when we do these, you will turn the same direction as your lower leg, so that's the foot that will be in front when you start. So if you start with your right leg in front, you're going to turn to the right, and if you start with your left leg in front, you're going to turn to the left. We don't want anybody starting this way and turning the opposite way, as that is not a move that is done in gymnastics. So the same leg that's in front, you'll turn that direction. I like to think of it so the arm that's out to the side, that comes in, so that is what's showing you which way you're going to turn as well. So when you're ready, you're going to start in this nice starter position, head pulled up tall, tummy muscles engaged, and get ready to have a go at your spins. So you'll have step, turn, forwards. So make sure to practice your half spins first before you try and move on to full spins. And then once you're comfortable with that, you can come back and have a go at full spins. So once you've had a go at your half spins and you're happy with those, it's time to have a go at full spins if you want to. So the principle is much the same, it's just this time we're going to go all the way around instead of just halfway around. We're still going to spin on the same foot, we're still going to pull up tall, and we're still going to step forwards. It's just going to be back to the way you started this time. So again, we're going to start in our nice strong shape, tummy muscles in, standing up nice and tall, arms nice and strong. And we do that step, turn, and then step forwards. Once you've mastered your full turn, the same principles apply to then go on to if you want to do 1.5s or even double spins. Just make sure you keep your tummy tight, use your spotting, and pull up nice and tall. I hope this video has helped you guys with practicing your spins at home, and I'll see you again soon.